Today's episode is brought to you by Sincerely Shalia, my very own greeting card line, written and designed by me for real love and real life. Whether you need the perfect card to celebrate love, apologize, or say what's on your heart, Sincerely Shalia has you covered. So skip the generic and say it your way. Check out my full collection at shaliavinny.com/greeting cards and find the card that speaks for you. I can't wait till you guys check them out. And don't forget to let me know what you think. I love you guys. Hello and welcome to the Love This Way podcast, the show that exists to help men and women everywhere to be better at love. Never any gender wars or back and forth, just great tips to help you find and sustain the love of your dreams. Because love is a journey, but you still need direction. So I want you to grab your tribe and get ready, because each episode we're going to be talking about our real life issues, answering tough questions, and building solid relationships with one another as we heal, learn, and grow. I'm your host, your girl, Dr. Shalia Vinny, and today I have a hard truth for you. You don't feel chosen because you're always available. Hey, my babies, welcome back to another episode of Love This Way. Let me say something that might be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. A lot of people don't feel chosen in love. They feel used, overlooked, taken for granted, and then they keep asking, why don't they choose me? Why do I always give more? Why do I feel invisible even when I'm present? But what if the issue isn't that you're unlovable or forgettable or doing something wrong? What if you don't feel chosen because you're always available? Today's episode is about the difference between being accessible and being valued, and how over availability can quietly work against the very love you're trying to build. I gotta talk about how availability gets confused for love, because many of us were taught that love means showing up no matter what. You gotta be flexible. You have to be understanding. You have to be there. Always. So we answer every call. We respond to every text. We adjust our schedules and make ourselves emotionally accessible at all times. And at first, it feels like connection. But over time, something starts to shift. You're there, but you're not cherished. You're present, but you don't feel prioritized. You're available, but not chosen. So here's the hard truth. Availability creates access. It does not automatically create value. When someone never has to risk losing you, they never have to choose you. So instead of asking, why don't they step up? You have to start asking, what have I trained them to expect? Because people don't disrespect boundaries you never set. They just operate within the access you've already provided. Hold on, because I have to go deeper. I need to explain why over availability kills the feeling of being chosen. Because when you're always available, you unintentionally send the message, I'll be here no matter how you show up. That removes urgency. That removes intention. That removes decision. And love always requires decision. Here's what overavailability looks like in real life, right? You're always the one initiating. You adjust when they cancel. You wait without clarity. You offer emotional support without commitment. You stay accessible without reciprocity. And then you wonder why you feel unseen. Being constantly available turns connection into convenience. It's not because you're doing too much, it's because you're doing it without structure. People don't choose what's always there. They choose what requires intention. And when you remove the need for someone to choose, you remove the opportunity for them to value you. That's why you can be deeply involved and still feel unchosen. Does that make sense? And here's the part that most people miss. When you're always available, you remove the need for someone to decide about you. There's no pause, no risk, no moment where they have to ask themselves, do I want to show up for this person? Because you've already filled the space. So they stay connected without commitment, close without clarity, involved without responsibility. And then over time, that creates resentment. And it's not because they're bad people, but because the dynamic was never built on mutual choosing. You weren't asking to be chosen. You were offering yourself without requiring a choice. Love doesn't deepen through constant access. It deepens through intentional presence. And when you shift from being perpetually available to being purposely present, people are forced to reveal whether they actually want you or just the access you provide. Hey, friend. If you're tired of those generic, impersonal greeting cards, I've got you covered. Sincerely Shalia is my very own greeting card line, written and designed by me to help you say what's really on your heart. Whether it's love, apologies, or just because, these cards speak for you. Skip the cookie cutter messages and send something real. Check out my collection at shaliavinny.com/greeting cards and find your perfect card today. Now, you know we got to change this situation, right? You already know. So let me give you some ways that you can shift the dynamic without playing games or becoming cold. You ready? Number one, stop offering unlimited access. This doesn't mean becoming cold or unreachable. It means noticing when your availability is automatic instead of intentional. I want you to ask yourself, am I responding because I want to or because I feel guilty? Would I still say yes as if I wasn't afraid of losing them? If access cost you your peace, it's not love, it's overextension. Number two, require clarity instead of filling the gaps. This one is uncomfortable because silence makes you anxious. Uncertainty makes you want to fix things. But when you rush to fill the gaps, you protect people from the consequences of their own inconsistency. I want you to ask yourself, what would happen if I didn't explain? What truth would surface if I stopped smoothing things over? Clarity doesn't need chasing. It reveals itself when you stop rescuing confusion. Number three, match energy instead of managing the connection. Managing the relationship is exhausting. You keep track of who texted last, who needs reassurance, who's pulling away, but relationships aren't meant to be managed. They're meant to be mutual. So I want you to ask yourself, what happens when I stop carrying this? Does it fall apart? Or does it finally become honest? If balance makes the connection uncomfortable, it was never balanced to begin with. Number four, separate your worth from your availability. This is where so many people get stuck. You were praised for being dependable, needed, helpful. So you learn to equate love with usefulness, but your worth was never meant to be proven through exhaustion. Say this to yourself, please. I'm valuable, even when I'm not immediately accessible. The right people don't need constant access to stay connected. And number five, let people miss you. This is not about withholding, it's about allowing reality. When someone has space, they either lean in or they don't. And both answers are information. So I want you to ask yourself, am I afraid of what I'll learn if I stop being available? Am I ready to be chosen, even if that means losing some people? Being missed is not manipulation, it's feedback. Pay attention. Let me say this slowly so that you can grasp it. You did not fail at love. You didn't ask for too much, and you weren't wrong for caring deeply. You just offered access where intention was required. And when you stop offering yourself without structure, you stop teaching people that your presence is guaranteed. Real love doesn't survive on convenience, it survives on choice, on effort, on clarity, on mutual decision. You don't need to disappear. You don't need to play games, and you don't need to harden your heart. You just need to believe that being chosen is not something you earn through availability. It's something that happens when you finally make space for someone to decide. And if someone walks away when access changes, that means they weren't choosing you. They were choosing the version of you that never asked for more. And losing that is not a loss at all. Please hear me and please understand. Now, if you need more help, you can always go to shaliavinny.com, book a one-on-one session with me, and we can work through this thing together. I love you guys. I'm here for you. I'm going to see you on the next episode, okay? Today's show is brought to you by Sincerely Shalia, my greeting card line. Please rate the show on your favorite streaming platform, share it with one person who you think needs to hear it, and then ask them to do the same. Remember, good, better, best. Don't you ever let it rest. To your good is better and your better is best. Until next time, your friend, motivator, and relationship strategist, Dr. Shalia. Bye.